right, today on Talk That Ish podcast, we're going to talk about KARL Malone and the stuff that came out with him. We're going to go a little bit into the NBA All-Star Weekend, talk a little bit about all of that. NIPSY'S murderer has gotten sentenced. We'll dive into that. And as y'all know, always, is you rolling? We want to know if y'all rolling with some things out there. And then we're going to talk about expressing emotions as men. Do we express our emotions or do we not express our emotions? Or can people not understand and tell when we really are expressing our emotions in our own way? That's what's coming up on Talk That Ish podcast.
Hey,
stay tuned.
Hey. I wish we could play this. Oh, man.
Yo, it's a Talk That Ish podcast.
Hey.
Back in the building.
Back
in the building, man.
Hold on, let me load up the sounds. You know what I mean? Let me load up the
hand
sounds.
claps in the snap.
Load up the sounds.
Hey, man. Bro, we back in here, man.
Episode
104?
Episode
104. 104. 104.
We in here.
100D.
I don't know what that means. I don't know.
It's episode 100, volume D.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
Volume D.
Yeah.
Whatever you say. Whatever you say.
Yeah.
So this past weekend, man, was
man.
All-Star Weekend, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
Well, before we get into all the festivities about All-Star Weekend, KARL Malone was one of the judges of the dunk contest.
For why?
First, that's the first thing.
For why?
Is I didn't understand why.
He wasn't even a dunker like that. He wasn't even a dunker like
only
that.
thing I remember is like the little head behind the heads.
Oh,
things
yeah,
on top,
yeah.
like
That mug is trash.
trash.
Mug is hella
That
trash.
mug was
You better
mad
get
trash.
this pick and roll, and that's it.
Like,
Hey, KARL Malone been 47 and a half his whole life. Even when he was in the league, he was 47 and a half.
Mm-hmm.
but like, I guess some things come out about him. And I guess at some point he had got, I think he was what, 20-something years old?
You said at some point he was 20?
Yeah, at some point he was 20-something years old.
At some point in his life.
You know, it looked at 40 still. But he was 20-something and got
man.
a 12-year-old pregnant.
Hold on, wait, what?
He was, I think he was 20. I think she was 13.
Hold on, what? Hey, man, listen. Hold on. Like, we can't just be saying stuff
No, it's
all
not.
willy-nilly. Like,
Okay, first of all, none of this is speculation.
Yeah,
None of it is speculation.
None of it's
facts.
speculation. This is facts. It happened when he was 20.
how do we know
It's-
this is facts?
A 20-year-old Malone impregnated a 13-year-old Gloria Bell
Because she had the baby. The
Doing-
baby's grown. Like
during his second year. The baby played in the NFL.
Hold on, what?
the kid looked just like him.
The kid played in the NFL.
I have so many
He
questions.
didn't claim the kid. By the time the kid was grown and proving his daddy stuff, he told him like, you know, it's too late for me to be a father now. You're gonna have to find your
Hold
own,
on, what?
You're gonna have to find your own path.
No, this can't be. This is true stuff. This is not alleged.
This is not.
This is real stuff.
This is real
It's real
stuff.
Man, hold on.
Yeah.
Did he like admit to this?
Yes.
No.
You don't have to.
Like, he
you
made
don't
a-
have
he-
to admit to
But
it.
come on,
Like, you
man.
He
don't,
made
like,
a statement after
they
this
know you have to
backlash
admit
comes.
It just happened.
His statement is, I'm not discussing any of that backlash. I don't care. That's my life. That's my personal life. And I deal with that like I deal with everything. So whatever.
So you a pedo and you just like whatever about it?
This
Come
is,
on,
This is
man.
not. This is not. This is not what they
my
mean. Like own your
gosh.
truth. Like no.
Yeah.
That's not for you. Like.
Hey
own your
man,
truth ain't
that's
for you.
crazy.
This is not speculation.
Yeah,
bro.
it happened. It said it was
I've
revealed.
been knew about this though. Like
Really?
yeah, I've known this a long time.
Bro, I
said
was
it was
right now
revealed-
years old when I just
It was
found
revealed
this
in
out.
'98 that Malone was involved in a paternity lawsuit. And so yeah, '98
Yeah,
when
this is a long. This is been
That's why-
going on,
What?
bro.
he was in the finals getting the business while he involved in.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
dude. Wow. What a loser.
The
What
incident.
a loser.
The incident took place in 1983 during Malone's second year at Louisiana Tech. He called the young lady in question his girlfriend.
Uh-huh.
Although Bell's family filed a paternity suit, they did not file the statutory rape charges.
What? So they just wanted money at him.
Yeah, he said he refuted the charge, ultimately reached an out-of-court settlement with the family.
Man.
Interestingly enough, Malone's son, Demetrius Bell, was a left tackle for the Buffalo Bills and the Philadelphia Eagles.
This is not funny, but
This
it's crazy.
Karl and his son finally met the young man. Karl and his sons finally met when the young man was 17 years old. And upon meeting the young man, Karl said, "It's too late for me to be a father to you. You have to make your own way."
Is that speculation, though?
No, is it quotes?
Bro, none of what we're saying is speculation. Like, this is things that happen.
Oh, my
God. So no speculation.
This is
Dude is real life trash.
What a loser.
He's real life trash, and I don't understand how he's hosting games and all this stuff. But Michael Irvin gets kicked off of freaking NFL Super Bowl stuff for a minor conversation he had with a woman that nobody heard.
Right.
And knew a thing about.
And was this woman of age?
Yes.
Yes. I think she's probably older than him.
Right.
But no, every witness says that he did nothing wrong, and the encounter happened less than 5 minutes. Like it was just like a minute, and then he went up to his room.
And it wasn't no like inappropriate touching.
No.
They said he said something.
Like he said something to
he
her.
allegedly.
Yeah, and so he needs to sue them.
But
the NFL.
It's the fact that he was 20-something years old and had sex with a 13-year-old.
Listen, I never really liked Karl Malone in the first place.
I don't see why.
So, like, there's that.
That was my
This
mama's
gives
boy.
me more
She liked
reason
the
to
mailman.
not like that man. That's crazy. What a loser.
Who
I
tells
need a boo button on here,
Boo
man.
that
I'm
man.
like,
Who tells a son that they never they finally met? It's too late to be a father. You got to make your
bro,
own.
you still alive. You can be a father.
man.
I don't.
Yeah.
Hey, that's funny.
Like I don't.
Told that man.
There's no.
Told that man find his own way.
Hey, that's crazy, dude.
Like there's like you don't like there's no statute of limitations of being a father.
We needed him on the episode of Effects of Fatherhood. Like Karl Malone.
Oh yeah,
Man,
he deserves.
listen.
Talk to me, man.
I
Karl
do.
Malone, call me, man.
No, don't call me, bro.
Yeah, I'm good.
We need.
I'm straight.
call me, bro.
I'm cool on Karl Malone.
Like,
That's crazy.
Let's have a
dude.
talk, bro.
I'm like
Cause
Nancy Kerrigan, bro.
His
I'm like-
knees is
I'm like
already
Nancy-
bad.
yeah.
Like,
He gonna be him. Patrick Ewing knees.
oh
That's
my, hey, that's funny. I don't think Patrick Ewing has knees under those knee pads.
I don't think Patrick Ewing can walk up steps. I'm serious. I mean, I don't mean it like that. No, I'm making this up. I'm not making it like that. No, y'all making it something else.
no,
I'm just saying.
You don't think he'll walk up
Hey,
steps?
that's
He
crazy.
can't. I don't think he can walk up steps.
Hey, listen, I'm telling you, he ain't got knees.
I'm so upset.
Like real talk, it's like shins attached to his thigh.
I don't-
There's no in between.
I don't think he can walk
all
up
ligament
steps.
and cartilage gone.
That's damn, man.
Damn, Patrick.
Bro. You got to have ramps.
And no ring.
Hey, that he
Like-
crawling up the crawling
Yeah,
up the
you
ramp.
got to. That's you can't
You
walk
got
up
escalators.
stairs. He got bread though. He can put that in the
Oh
crib.
man, that's sad.
Did y'all watch the All-Star game?
Man, I didn't watch a tick.
No.
I watched a
I heard it was
three-point.
trash though.
I watched a 3-point contest.
I did watch
Dame,
I
shout out to Dame.
Yeah, I did watch. I
Oh, Dame
I felt
won?
he was gonna
Yeah.
win.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, when I
what
see
he
everybody else said it, I was
Yeah.
like, this is Dame's to lose.
Yeah.
He had something
I
to
thought
prove,
maybe
huh?
Tatum might do it.
I thought Tatum was Tatum started with the money rack, which was foolish.
Yeah,
Like
you
you ain't warmed up.
first.
You
Yeah,
gotta
that's funny,
get warmed
yeah.
up. Like why would you start with the money rack?
Yeah.
But Dame won that. The dunk contest was blah.
It was some white guy named like Gary or something, wasn't
No, I forgot
Yeah,
what.
Who was
It
that
started
guy?
with an M.
The dude. I think they said his contract is like $105,000.
He signed like a 10-day a 2-week contract up from the G League just so he can be in the dunk contest.
Are you
Okay.
serious?
Yeah,
And then he
Was his dunks good? Like
he won.
I mean, yeah, he won. And
That's not saying much,
He
though.
won 100 racks.
He was the best.
it's not saying much. I mean,
He was the best out of all of them because some of it was just like I
Bro,
just
that
missed.
dude that did try to do that Vince Carter dunk.
And
that
then
was
did you see him have to
embarrassing.
pull on the net to even get up there to do it?
He put on that and he
Did he
hurt his
really?
arm.
Yeah, he pulled on the net, stuck his arm in there, pulled off a thing, had no to open it up and say 50.
hey, the way he opened it up though, like I seen the highlight of that. I
It
was
was
like,
so
what does this
terrible.
do? It was lame.
I'm like,
I
bro,
could pull on the net
20.
and pull myself up.
Yeah, like you didn't do
Good
anything.
God. Do y'all think they should get rid of the like All-Star weekend? Or just get rid of like the game?
No, I think they should encourage stars
Uh-huh.
to get back in the dunk contest some way.
Okay.
Because that's what made the dunk contest what it was. It was because it was the
stars.
Right.
competing. Now it's like
Jordan Wilkins, you know.
Yeah.
Vince,
Spud Webb.
like
yeah,
now
I
it's
mean-
people you never heard of. That's,
I don't know.
that's sitting on the edge of the bench.
Yeah.
You know that I mean, like you still got the stars in the 3-point contest. The game, I didn't even watch the game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I forget what I was doing, but I didn't watch the game. But shout out to Tatum, put a 55 on him.
Hey, that's crazy.
Yeah.
55
That's
on
nuts.
him.
Yeah.
I see the little clips where him and Jalen was going back and forth, you know. So I like the aspect of drafting team, letting people play on both sides and all that.
Yeah.
I just wish they'd do something better in the fourth quarter to make it more reason to play defense and give us a real,
Yeah.
thing coming down. And they used to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, man, with
Yeah,
Kobe.
I was about to say, didn't like the past few years?
Yeah, the past couple of years it looked more interesting than what it was this year. This year, I mean, but you just got,
I think they should hire professional dunkers for the dunk contest. Skip the NBA dudes. Like some of these professional dunkers that be on like IG and all that.
Yeah.
Like these dudes be doing outrageous dunks. Just let them do it and let them win money. Like honestly, that's what I think they should do. At least it'll be more entertaining. You know what I mean? Like just let them do it. Like for real. Some of these dunks be outrageous.
I wouldn't. I would say no to that, but I couldn't definitely say no to it because that's how lame the
like it needs something.
So it's like I'm not opposed to it. Like if the dunk contest was good, I would say no, heck no. But now it's so trash. I'm just like, hey, that's a vibe idea. I don't know.
Hey, listen. Yeah, I'm just not interested in it at all.
I'm not.
I mean, I feel
not anymore. I'm not.
And they did they do the skills contest?
Yeah, they did that this time.
It's like I don't ever see that stuff.
You don't sound enthused about that either.
None of it. I'd rather watch Ice Cube's league.
Okay. Yeah.
Or maybe they can do some type of like 3-on-3 thing or something, or some type of 1-on-1 thing. I don't know, like something better than this, man. But also, it's money involved, so I feel like you can't get rid of say 1-on-1 because people paying against each other.
Right
now, this person's better than this person. Now you make them with my contract, and I don't know. It's just kind of hard to.
It's incentive stuff that like, hey, I'm an all-star. You gotta pay me.
Yeah,
So, man, well, shout out to that, man. NBA has done a good job at keeping the league competitive and all that. So. Cause I have no idea. Like I can't say like this person's going to win the league this year. That's how competitive it is right now. So
yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna get more into it. It's going on the playoffs. Football season's over, so we'll tap in.
What do I do with my life now?
Yeah.
Football season over.
XFL.
That's a weird.
Nah, I've been watching Game of Thrones.
Nah, can't get into it.
Yeah, me neither. All right, so
yeah, move on.
No, fair. It's fair.
So today,
it's fair.
Thanks.
Well, it won't be today when the podcast posts, but yeah. So Eric Holder Jr. If you're not familiar with Eric Holder Jr., he was the one that was convicted of murdering Nipsey Hussle.
Mm-hmm.
He got sentenced today.
Okay.
60 years to life.
Damn. Clap it up, man. I ain't mad at that
Like, no, he ain't gonna make it.
60 to life?
Nah, he ain't gonna make it.
He got
They better have him in heavy protection.
Yeah.
He got I think he got 10 years apiece for the other people he shot.
Mm-hmm.
He got 25 for Nipsey, and I think it was some other stuff like that. Everything total was 60.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, get what you deserve, man. It is what it is.
Good luck, my guy. Cause I don't see you making it, bro. I don't see.
Know. Never mind. Let me stop.
Nah, man, say what you gonna say.
Nah, go ahead. We here now.
I'm just like, man, people ain't. I don't know, man. I just feel like sometimes people ain't really about action like they about action.
Of course they not.
And so it's just
what do you mean by that?
I mean, just
what kind of action?
I mean, like
killing someone.
Well, I'm talking about like that get back.
What do you mean by get back?
I'm saying like if you do something to mine, I'm gonna come and get you and do something to you.
Oh, okay. Retaliation is what you're saying.
And I'm saying I think people talk about that stuff.
So you think he cool? Like ain't no.
I honestly think he's gonna be okay.
Word.
Just because, man, people ain't, man. I'll tell you, man. People
They say
aren't about what they really think they're about.
my pop said, "You look a man in the eye, you know if he real."
So, and it's a lot of people out
Most
there
of them ain't.
who talk about that.
Most
stuff,
of them
man,
ain't.
But
Definitely
ain't no
social
way.
media clown.
cause it's plenty of stuff it's plenty of people that stuff that happened to, and ain't no. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I
Yeah,
think
most of them ain't. It's easy to be like, oh yeah, man, he come up in here, we gonna get him. But then if you like, man, should I get out in 2 years?
Which is fair.
Look at that.
It's fair.
Charleston
I'm
White
just saying,
dude.
like,
Oh
it's
yeah, because
fair.
he be running his mouth on Jay
That
Prince.
dude Charleston White. He talks about everybody. All these people talk about you can't come to my city. You can't come to my city. He be in a city,
Chilling,
and
huh?
he be doing stuff in their city,
Making videos.
and dudes, and he make it home every
He made
night.
a video of showing all his gun talking about, I wish Jay Prince would.
I don't even know who this Charleston White guy is.
I don't know where he came from.
Man,
Yeah, like, do you know?
He came. He got out just he was known by talking about like I think he like snitching stuff and doing stuff like this, and then he got beef with a couple of people. Everything like his whole thing was basically because he got into it with some people about Nipsey Hussle.
I'm saying, like, but where did he come
He
from?
came from nowhere.
Like, was he a rapper?
No,
Radio
came
host?
from nothing.
Snitch.
Just an internet personality? Like, who?
Yeah.
Huh?
He grew up. I mean, that's from my knowledge. It may be another way.
Okay.
From my knowledge, he just came up out of nowhere. He had an old video with, he said something about Nipsey.
Okay.
And then some of the old, some of the OGs came up on a show talking to him about, hey man, watch your mouth, talking about Nipsey. And he kind of walked off the show. It was like, whatever, I ain't gonna do that. And then so now he just he went on that rant for a while. Then he got on a snitching rant.
What?
And so he talks about he talks bad to these people, man. These rappers, these gangster dudes.
Mm-hmm.
The dude, and he's been doing it for years.
Yeah.
And he's still alive and breathing and ticking.
Hey, dudes like they freedom. I don't
You
blame
know what I'm
them.
saying? And I'm not advocating and saying they should do something to him.
Rose is saying, kill him.
Yeah, dudes like they freedom.
Like,
you know
I'm
what I
not
mean?
saying do
Like-
something to him, but I'm also saying don't talk like you gonna do something to him and don't.
Dog.
It's fair.
Be about what you say you about.
It's fair.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not advocating. I hope nothing happens to him. But it's like, man, these people are talking about how bad they are, and I'm gonna do this for man. You're not. You're not.
Hey man, it is what it is. Like Los, let me ask you a question. I see something this week, and I know this is off topic. But you from here,
Yes.
so you can give the rundown.
Okay.
It was a post I seen on Twitter, and it said, "Who's the king of Memphis?"
Okay.
Had four people. I had no idea who they were,
Okay. Who was it?
but like only person I realized was on the list was like Yo Gotti.
Okay.
They didn't have A-Ball and MJG on there.
Who they have? Dolph. They have. Dolph?
Yeah, they had Dolph. Dolph was on there,
Okay.
and then it was like
Gotti, Dolph.
3-6 Mafia wasn't on there.
Well, it's a lot of new people out there. So, so right now, I think like when you hear about Memphis rapping, it's Gotti.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people in the comments was like.
Yeah,
why
it's
is it,
Gotti.
they like, why is this a question? Of this list is Yo Gotti, but
I
why?
didn't even know he was from Memphis.
They was like, why A-Ball and MJG ain't on here? Like,
Yeah. So the people who really like Memphis heads is A-Ball, MJG, and 3-6 Mafia.
Yeah.
Like that's you
Makes
know
sense.
what I'm saying.
But in the streets is Yo Gotti.
But like now, it's just because he's mainstream.
And that's your guy.
Hey, I'm a Yo Gotti fan. You know what I'm saying?
I want to make sure I would,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so like with people, like there's a lot of Memphis people that, people ain't really heard of, that people in Memphis, you know what I'm saying, to know. But yeah, like I said, right now it's Gotti. I would say Gotti. Cause he's out there. He got the name. He's bringing other people along.
It was somebody else came out with something talking about like Future is bigger in the streets than Jay-Z. And then people like, if you ain't from the streets, you can't comment on this. I'm like,
Future's what? Like, what you mean?
They just said Future's bigger in the streets than Jay-Z. I'm like, I don't think
What
Jay-Z.
sense though?
I don't think Jay-Z cares.
Yeah, and like, what sense? Like, I don't.
Like, if you're bigger than me in the streets, now I'm a billionaire. Cool.
Like in the streets, like being like
Probably in the hood. But I'm like, Jay-Z is 50. He doesn't care about being big
He don't make that music
in the hood anymore.
Never mind, man. I don't.
Only street people care about that stuff.
Yeah, because I'm like, why everybody want to be hood?
Ain't nobody bumping Jay-Z in the hood. Cool.
Yeah,
he ain't making music for y'all no more.
Yeah,
I don't. Whatever.
Yeah. You rack your brain trying to
understand people.
Oh man,
Is you rolling, man?
Is you rolling?
Is you rolling, man? Is you rolling? B, you got an is you rolling, boy?
Yeah, I do.
What's up, man? Let's hear, man.
Well, I was kind of going over in my head if I really want to do this one or not, but we're just gonna go ahead and go with it. All right, it says, we may have talked about this before. Women are born with value. Men must earn theirs.
Women are born with value. Mm-hmm. I'm not rolling with that. And that's not saying women ain't born with value. Women are not born. Yeah.
Clarify.
Let me clarify. Yeah. Women are not born. Yeah. Women are born with value. Men have to earn it. Mm-hmm. I get what they're saying.
Okay.
But at the gist of it, men are valued.
Sure.
And they're born with it.
100%.
Just because it's not appreciated or seen or calculated by society's eyes right away does not make a man less valuable from birth.
Yeah.
Agreed. Los, thoughts? You really?
I'm not rolling at all. And I agree with everything that Nickel said, surprisingly.
Wait.
What?
Why surprisingly?
Because I usually don't.
Word?
He usually off a little bit.
You say he be off a little bit?
He usually off a little bit, but he's dead on with this. You know what I'm saying?
First of all, I'll be on.
Oh, man, that's hilarious.
Yeah, this is fact. But, all right, is you rolling? You got one?
Go ahead, Los.
Okay. I actually have one. All right, is you rolling? If you consistently reject your spouse's advances, they will soon stop advancing. Is you rolling?
If you consistently say it one more again.
Okay. If you consistently reject your spouse's advances, they will soon stop advancing.
I'm rolling with that. I mean, no one's going to consistently just take rejection and keep coming back for it. Nobody's up and like, hey, I want to get rejected. Like that's nobody's
like
life.
It's a good time.
Oh yeah, like can't wait to get rejected tonight.
Yeah.
That is not that's not what's up, right?
Yeah, roll the dice every time. Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens.
Come on, 7.
Yeah.
You up here doing extra stuff? Let me put this special cologne on tonight.
Spreading your pillow down and beside the thing with cologne and stuff.
Setting come in, turn the music on, put the candles on, and she
get this Brad McKnight tonight.
Put that lingerie on, you know what I mean?
She just roll over and go to sleep. Just get in the bed, put a sheet over.
That's when you rub that booty a little bit. Come on now. Come on.
Scooch
over away from you.
And then you rub it again.
Smack your hand.
Then you put it
then
in
it's
the
a
butt.
good night. And then it's good.
Put it on her forehead.
Hey, that's what. Hey, that's crazy.
The thought of getting up off your side of the bed and walking around
naked
to her side of the bed,
naked, or walking to her side, dropping trowel, and then do it. Like with your pants at your ankles.
I'm just gonna stand up right in the spot where I'm at.
in the bed.
Oh my God!
You stand up in the bed. With your hands on your hips, like Superman.
Man, she could do one of them. She could do one of them. Jackie said sweeps on you.
Oh, boy, fall and break your neck. Oh man, that's funny, man.
Girl, see this
that
swinging?
Is funny, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, so
overhead dance.
What? Hey, dudes be wildin', man.
Hey, man.
Dudes be wildin'. Oh, my gosh.
Are you rolling?
Am I rolling? Yeah, I am rolling. I'm not sure how I feel about, I mean, I get it. Yeah, nobody wants to be consistently rejected. But does that mean, you should stop making advances? I don't know.
We're going to have some conversation.
And here's the thing. in my thinking, it's not about should you stop making advances. You don't want to stop making advances. You don't want to be rejected, though.
Yeah, no, 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And this is not going my soapbox or anything, but
you about to stand on your soapbox.
I feel like I feel like there are some women who don't understand rejection because they don't get rejected. So they don't feel how it feels to be rejected because women typically aren't on that side of the fence.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
It's very seldom. And women, y'all can feel free to correct us.
Hey, women can't wait to get on our podcast.
But it's like, real talk, like
to voice their thoughts.
Yeah. I mean, I just think it's like...
Which I'm okay with.
It's very seldom
here,
like
Los.
that a woman has to consistently make the first move.
Mm-hmm.
And I would love to hear like how many times a woman's made the first move and the dude was like, no.
Mm-hmm.
Like, have y'all ever said no?
Yeah.
Like to somebody you was with and you wanted it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I have.
Yeah.
I mean, but there were a lot of parameters and reasons.
Yeah. There were parameters.
There were.
Have y'all ever
consistently no.
No.
Okay.
That's not been my story.
Yeah.
Let's put this up.
That has not been my story.
No, let's not go too far.
And I cannot
not consistently, no.
I cannot say that's been my
what kind of losers are we? Why don't we put up a fight when it comes to that?
Because
Neanderthals.
I'll be that.
That's not our
it's not our makeup.
It's not our makeup.
I have no fight in me.
Yeah, I don't. We fight a lot of battles, man.
We are trash.
Makes everything better.
Does it though?
No, but at least it feels better for the moment.
At the time.
It's like whiskey on a cold night.
Fair enough.
You know
fair enough. You know what I mean? Fair enough.
Smooth as
like,
Tennessee.
I feel good, but I'm dying.
I'm dying.
But I feel good.
Why are you dying?
I feel you cold. Like you cold and freezing. But
that whiskey make you feel warm for a brief second.
You like
it's gonna warm you up for a brief second.
Hey, that's crazy.
Then you fall over and die.
But no,
morbid. Gotcha.
I agree with
I'm rolling with it, man. Like, you know, like rejection is tough, man. And
it hurts.
You know, rejection is tough, and rejection is, in my opinion, I feel like it's even tougher when it's coming from a person that you shouldn't feel like they should reject you. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't feel like that they should be the person that's rejecting you. And I think it's, you know what I'm saying, it can really, like it really plays into a person's self-esteem.
Sure.
In a lot of other areas.
Because rejection ain't something you ever get used to.
Nah.
I mean, listen, man.
Nah.
Rejection, it's brand new every time.
Every single time.
Like you can reject it 100 times, and you will feel every
single time.
Every 100. It ain't like I don't have 50 rejections.
You be doing them subtle checks to see if it's cool. Like, rub a little bit right here.
Okay.
All right, sure. You let my hand go right there. All right, cool. Let me see if you gonna let me go a little further. You know what I'm saying?
Now it's time to cuff. You know what I'm saying?
Cuff.
It's time to go between the
Whoa. I do know.
Hey, no, when they nuzzle back into you.
Hey, come on now. Bring it on. Bring it on back here.
You're inviting me. I feel the invitation.
I'll be the big spoon.
Yeah. Nothing like being the big spoon.
Get into the
good old skibbity.
Hey, y'all like being the little spoon?
I don't think I've.
You've been a little spoon before.
I was about to say often.
But you have. You like being a little spoon sometimes?
I'm cool with it. Hold me.
You like being a little spoon sometimes?
Hold me. Put them on my back.
Here's my thing.
I like it.
It's like
I like it.
So I don't mind. I don't mind being a little spoon.
Hey, whoa! You backing your booty up into your
booty? You see my shoulders moving on my ass.
Hey, I don't know.
It's my shoulders moving. Back my shoulders into it.
I don't know what that was. I don't want that to happen again.
My shoulders, B.
Nah, I don't know.
He said I'm a nestle into her.
Yeah, when you
Not
nestling,
my
bro,
ass,
that's
B.
more than shoulders, bro.
That's full body.
That's full body, bro. So you use another word.
I gotta figure out another word
Yeah,
then.
another word.
If I ain't pushing my ass.
Because when you say nestling, you getting all everything.
Yeah.
Hey, she my lady so big.
Hey, it's fair.
When
It's
in
fair.
Rome, I guess. I don't know.
So you too, little spoon.
You know, like, cause this is my thing. It's like they're
This is my
like,
thing.
like they're laying on you though.
Huh?
Like they're on you, so it's. I guess it's a little spoon. I don't know.
I don't know what
Bro,
you're saying.
yeah, like, have you been the little spoon?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Did you appreciate it?
And I
Hell
mean,
yeah, you
I was good
appreciate
for it.
it.
It was cool for it at the time it was.
You nestled into her.
No, I did not. I did not nestle into anything. You know what I'm saying? It's not my story. It's somebody else's story. You know what I'm saying? It's not mine.
Hey,
You know what I'm
Oh, me.
saying?
Wrap her arms around you.
yup.
You know what I mean?
All of it.
Put her hand around your throat
Hey,
a little
man.
bit. Whoa,
Yup.
whoa.
All of it.
Breathing's overrated. But
Breathing is overrated.
let's go to the next.
All of it.
That's crazy.
Like, breathe for what? I don't,
Have your way.
Oh my gosh.
Have your way with me.
Oh man. Did you have an issue rolling, man?
Yeah. Is you rolling?
yeah, let's go to
Where'd
that.
you roll?
Let's go to that. Are we going to deep end?
Morning
Too late.
skibbities
Dig it.
are better than bedtime skibbities.
Nah, I'm not rolling. Better is a strong word.
Yeah, better is a
I
strong
can't go
word.
with better.
But at every, like, if you were to give me this like stance, I can see me arguing for each side. So if you were to say, "Hey, bedtime is better," now I'm like, okay, I feel that.
Yeah,
If you would say morning time is better, I'm like, okay, I feel
100%.
that. You know what I'm
I can
saying?
argue
So I
both
really-
sides.
Yeah,
I can
so
definitely argue both sides.
the morning is cool, but it's like I like this. Like, is that how I want to start my day
Of course it is.
and be productive afterwards?
I'm gonna be very productive at it.
I'm gonna be.
eventually.
I'm gonna be late. I'm gonna be late.
Mm,
I'm gonna be late.
Nothing like waking up.
Listen,
Listen.
I get it. I'm just saying I'm gonna be late. I'm
y'all
not
kissing
gonna-
with the morning breath.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't doing
Yeah.
all that. Man. Yeah, man, we grown.
Word? You not?
No, not like tonguing down.
All
Yes.
that?
Yes,
Nah,
all of
nah.
it. I'm with
How
all
far
of
we
it.
want to take this conversation? Because we can progress it a little
As
bit.
far as we want.
Okay.
I'm saying the whole shebang bang.
okay, that's where I'm going.
The whole
Because you
shebang
ain't going
bang.
to kiss with the morning breath, but you'll, you know what I mean?
What, take some morning head?
Come again.
Take some morning head?
Give.
Oh yeah. But no, no. But
But you won't kiss.
but no.
What is...
Well, let it marinate all night.
Yeah, like what?
Will I? Let me say. Let's bring it back. Will
You
I?
gotta find neck bones down there the whole night. All sitting there, you don't want to.
Will I? Yes.
Okay.
Do I prefer to kiss like with morning breath? No.
You know what I'm saying? Like a pot of chili the next.
I'm sorry, this is getting unhinged.
Like a pot of chili.
But
You know
I
chili
love
tastes
how
better.
valid that is. Like chili is so much better the next morning,
Yeah.
the next day.
You know what
It is
I'm
because all
saying?
the seasonings
Yeah.
and
Like, that's what it's
vegetables and stuff,
for.
it didn't kind of
That's
settle
what
I
in
mean,
there.
yeah, I'm cool with
Settle.
I think it depends on like your partner too. Like, are they cool with it?
Well, yeah, of course,
Yeah.
definitely.
You gotta be with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
So you ain't kissing
I mean,
with the morning breath.
if she goes to kiss me, I'm not gonna be like, get off.
Okay.
You know that like I'm all in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let's make it happen. Y'all know, like I'm in. Cool.
Oh man.
But I'll take morning overnight.
You take morning to overnight.
Mhm.
Okay. I can feel that though. No, I can definitely feel that.
Yeah, like I
'Cause
said,
for me-
I have no.
Here's
I
me.
get it.
Bedtime, in my opinion, is more expected.
And I wonder why that is.
So it's like
It's
Y'all
nighttime.
sitting there,
All we
y'all-
gotta do
y'all
it at
laying
night.
there
y'all
half naked.
nighttime, y'all done got out the
But
shower.
still,
y'all
though,
both
man.
like,
Like,
no,
let's
still,
do it when it's daytime. The sun is bright. I can see
I feel
everything.
you.
all
I
that.
feel
I
you.
feel
I
you.
want to
I
see
feel you.
everything.
But that's what I'm saying.
In
That's
that
why
bright
that's
sun.
why I would prefer morning because normally that's unexpected.
sure.
You just walk over and hey, wake
roll
up,
right
get
over
it,
into it.
and you just go on to it. Like nothing. You just there. You ain't expecting it to happen. You don't know it's gonna happen. It just happens.
I'm with that.
So
yeah,
I like the unexpected more than the expected.
Feels real spontaneous.
Yeah, and I'm all with that. So
hey, I'm not mad at it.
Spontaneity.
I'm not mad at it.
Nothing like some spontaneity.
And like I said, hey, you gotta make sure. Like I said,
couple of paps.
What fits your lifestyle?
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Some people
That is
lifestyle
true.
doesn't like you may have to get up and get it. You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah, I mean,
at
just
night,
don't like everything needs to be
you may have a
routine.
bedtime and you gotta
Yeah.
It means y'all might have to schedule
It's fair.
a little, They actually said that scheduling sex between, people has a lot of advantages.
Scheduling?
Like scheduling, like, hey, we're gonna have sex on Tuesday at 8:00.
Really?
Book it.
I mean, I guess I could see the excitement in that.
You know what I'm
Gives you
saying?
something to look forward to.
So, like, it gives you something to look forward to. It's exciting. It takes out the initiation part of it.
I mean,
It's
I
just
would like that periodically.
Yeah. No,
I'm not saying
that.
that's not the only time y'all do it, but y'all know.
Like, if you know every Tuesday at 8 you getting some, it's like...
Yeah, when does it become, I guess, like, routine?
It don't matter if it's routine. Y'all getting it in.
Well, no, and what I'm saying is it's kind of like your job becomes routine and then you get used to it and then it just becomes boring.
Nah, heck,
no.
Because the act ain't boring.
Well, yeah, of course the act ain't boring.
Yeah, I know, so it don't matter.
Long as we putting in work, I'm good. You know
what I'm saying? And so
we ain't gonna be putting in work every time.
That's like us kicking it every week or having a time. Yeah, it's our routine. When we get there, we're gonna have a good time.
I'm not gonna compare sex to kicking it.
I'm kicking it.
What I'm saying is the routine doesn't matter because the act is better.
I know what you're saying.
Don't question me, man.
I'm kicking it.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, so came out of the group today when we talking. Remember, so one of the homies posted an old clip from one of our previous podcasts.
Okay.
And he said
I didn't see it.
That dudes don't know when they're bad in bed.
Okay.
Are y'all rolling with that?
I would say yeah. Some dudes,
I would say yeah.
Don't know. They feel like they be knocking it down. I've like women are I could say I'm not gonna say are. I will say some women. I would argue a lot of women can be performative. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's kind of one of those things. Yeah.
Saving a man's ego.
Exactly. Which is fine.
No,
I get it.
Yeah.
I'm saying fine in the sense of they don't want.
Tell him he's trash.
I think a conversation can be appropriate, but they don't want him to feel like that in the moment.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
But afterwards, you can't keep leading this man on to think you.
Like, that he's just knocking it down. So I would say, a lot of men, they absolutely don't know.
Yeah, I believe they don't know.
I've
women
been
are
trash.
so different. Women are so different that you like what you doing with one woman and you was knocking it out the park. Mm-hmm. This other one might be like,
it don't work the same.
This is trash.
Like nah, bro. You like
XP.
Like I've been killing it all my life. What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? And,
like if you a dude, you ain't never had to apologize.
Never had to apologize? Oh. Yeah, nah.
Okay,
nah, I definitely have.
The time got away from me.
Time got away from me?
Time has escaped me.
Wait, what?
I thought I'd have a longer time.
Hey, yeah.
Telling somebody time got away from you.
Hey, man, listen. Performance anxiety is a real thing.
Performance anxiety is a very
real
thing. It's like, oh, okay. I don't. and look, put it like right now, like you nervous? Shaking.
Taking a couple sips before you head over there.
Let me put my phone down. I gotta lock my phone
Why
up.
You
I don't
shaking?
Hey, somebody cut the TV off. I wanna, cause the license deal.
Man, listen.
That's why I named all random stuff.
Right. Bruh, performance anxiety is a real thing.
I gotta check the mail first. I wonder if women have before I
wonder if women have performance anxiety.
You know what? I wonder. Honestly, I wonder.
You know what I mean? Because some women be thinking they stuff is fire and they ain't,
Yeah.
But I wonder if they
For true.
have performance anxiety, or do they just think like all dudes, as long as they in it, are happy?
Yeah, that's definitely not the case. Definitely
It's
not the case.
Because y'all ain't far as y'all think y'all are.
For true.
Yeah.
For true.
I wonder if they have performance anxiety.
I don't.
That's a good question. I do wonder that. Yeah.
You know what? And I'm not.
Or maybe like the first time.
I'm trying to
Your first time of being with somebody, like it like it's always some performance anxiety.
100%.
Like
Absolutely.
I don't care. Like y'all can't tell me like
100%.
And I am a very confident man in my abilities, and special powers. But it's like it's always like definitely first time, definitely when you care about the person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like when y'all got the intimate connection outside of the bedroom, y'all haven't went to the bedroom yet.
Mm-hmm.
Your thing is like, I don't want to do anything, first of all, that's gonna mess up the connection we already have.
Yeah.
For true.
And I want here to feel like here. You know, I want this connection that we have here to translate here. And it's like, so it's a little anxiety here because it's like,
yeah.
I want to enjoy this. I want her to enjoy this.
Right, yeah.
We've talked about what we like,
Yeah.
but do we really? Can we?
Will it translate?
Will it translate in? Yeah, like so.
100%,
like,
man.
Like it's okay.
It happens.
It happens.
Yeah. Do better next time.
No,
That's all you can do.
I just say do better the first time. Do good the first
I would say
time.
do as best as you can.
And
Because it might not be.
I think women, it's more like
That'd always be my hope. Like, don't let me mess up the first time.
like self.
Let me get a strong foundation.
Their body. I think that's what women think.
Okay.
I think women. I think when
Ladies,
women
we don't care.
Or when they get self conscious, they may feel kind of not really themselves that first couple of times because their body may they worry about stuff that men ain't even worried about.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just like, man,
Like, girl, we know you got a pudge. It's cool.
Yeah, we like them stretch marks.
Right.
Mm-hmm. All that.
Man, you grown.
Yeah, exactly.
You grown.
Like all that.
Right. I got some
grown
pudge too. You know what I'm saying? Got this.
He said, give me a hug. You know what I mean?
Come on, like,
No,
come on.
like I said, they just worry about different things, you know.
Yeah, no, that's real.
All right, man. So I want to jump into it and just rip it off. You know what I'm saying? Band-Aid. I don't know.
You want to jump into it and
Yeah.
rip it off?
Yeah,
Like they don't fit with the conversation.
it doesn't.
It doesn't. I'm like, where we going?
My mind wasn't ready. Like I'm talking, but my mind wasn't ready to move on.
I'm like, Los, you got a text message? You gonna jump into it and rip it
That's
off?
hilarious.
The text message, I was like, well, we're going to go ahead and end it for the night. It's been good.
After all that talk.
It's been good on the next episode of, you know what I'm saying? But, man, so I want to talk about men and emotion.
Okay.
Men and emotions. And a lot of times, emotions. Like, oh, you know
Hey,
you know
what you know about that?
Hey man, so men and emotions, and the one thing that we hear a lot is men don't have emotion. What y'all feel about that general statement that men don't have emotion?
Incorrect.
Correct? How so?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you?
I mean, men do have emotions. It's so the statement in and of itself is untrue.
Yeah.
Period. Yeah, I mean, you say what's the first thing that comes to mind?
So
That's the first
logical.
thing that comes to
So
mind.
logical.
Yeah, like it's just a very untrue statement.
Be like, come on, elaborate. Be like,
Yeah.
that's just what
it's
it
just,
is.
It's just not true.
Nicholas, what do you think? What do you think?
Exactly what B said. but I think that not only trying to get, I say, women to understand that we have emotions. I think men need to understand within themselves. And within ourselves, we have to come to the thing because to understand, like, we are emotional.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's okay. Like we have emotions, we have feelings. Because I mean, listen, I've been there. I've been on that nonchalant road before.
100%.
Like, it was comfortable there. But it was really depriving.
Yeah.
Like so, we have emotions. They are very much present on the inside.
Yeah.
So I think the notion of men don't have emotions is totally false. I think we have just as many emotions as a woman has.
100%.
Yeah.
And no one has more emotions than the other. It then comes down to is, are they expressed or suppressed?
Mm-hmm. And I think for men,
like
the most
that.
expressed emotion is anger. That's the one you see most often.
Yeah.
Makes you feel manly.
Yeah, which is, we know
Whack.
that's wild at this point in our lives.
Whack. I don't want to be angry.
Yeah.
And I think with that, you have to understand that most likely there's an emotion that came before the anger.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So if there's an emotion came before the anger.
What's your saying behind that? Because you all used to say something good.
Anger
with that.
is a secondary emotion.
Right.
And so for instance, when we are hurt, and we are sad, like these things trigger an emotion from us once we feel these things. You know what I'm saying? And so we feel these things, and now it's how we respond to them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So for instance, you do something to me, now I have a real house of emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times our go-to isn't sadness, it isn't like rejection, it isn't like like depression, it's anger.
Mm-hmm.
So and I believe that they go to that, like people go to that because it's the most familiar and it has been proven to show the best result.
And I think anger makes us feel like, definitely with men, feels like we're in control.
Yeah.
Like anger makes me feel like I got this. I'm angry. Like
Yeah.
like you feel like a man.
Yeah.
Like anger makes you feel like you're tough. Like you got this. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna
Niggas
feel
can't
this
wait to be
wrath.
tough.
Yeah, like that's because it makes you feel like, in a sense, what society would consider manly,
Yeah.
masculine,
Yeah.
angry.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And like I said, and because when you are that way, you get a certain response. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes we can enjoy the response we get when we're angry. You know what I'm saying? You angry, people may move out your way a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? People may talk a little quieter to you a little
Right.
bit. People may show you a little bit of respect if they know you're angry.
Mm-hmm.
But if you come to a person instead of getting angry, like, hey, that really hurt my feelings. When you said that, and I've been really feeling a way about that.
Yeah.
Like, that's like, you know what I'm saying? Like instead, on the flip side, saying, hey, you need to watch your mouth when you talk to me.
Sometimes that's needed.
You know what I'm saying? Well, listen, and I'm gonna say, first, like,
Some
first
women
of all,
like to be checked.
I'm not. I feel that, and I'm not saying that. No, you should never say that. I
Can't
think,
be your go-to.
but like what I'm saying is that can't be your go-to. And when you say that, I think it's important to preface it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like if I have to tell you to watch your mouth, I'm also gonna follow up with, that's not how we talk to each other.
Yeah.
You know what
Or
I'm saying?
you can lead with, that hurt my feelings,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna need you to watch how you talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, lead with the primary feeling. Easier said than done.
Watch your mouth.
Well, I'm saying, like, the primary feeling is your feelings are hurt.
Primary feelings, watch your mouth.
Okay, so
I would say,
here's my anger talking.
and so, but we have to recognize that, though.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Watch your mouth. Y'all right. Don't listen to me.
Because listen, because when you say, hey, like, watch your mouth, and that response, and sometimes, like we said, that response, that can trigger another hostile response.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Now
Make me watch my mouth.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, especially like
You know
talking
what
to
I'm
a
saying?
dude. Like, you tell a dude, watch your mouth, he gonna be like, what you gonna do about it? And it's like, well, I can break your jaw and then get it wired shut. So then you'll have to watch your mouth with, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you'll have to at that point.
Yeah.
Because your jaw's wired shut.
Yeah.
And it's like, it doesn't have to get there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't have to get there.
But see, in the difference, and this is why I say that you have to be very careful when you're talking to like your spouse or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because there is a difference between being able to say that with a guy and then saying that with your spouse.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not going to go there with your spouse like it's going to go there with a guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We can't say things that get us to a point that we're never going to, that we're not going to fully explore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So I'm not going to use words that's going to get me in a mind state of a physical altercation if I can't have a physical altercation with you.
It's fair.
You know what I'm saying? So in turn, I need to watch my mouth. And when you say something that I feel is getting to altercation type of stuff, I'm gonna say, hey, that's not how we talk to each other. Like, and even if I say watch your mouth, I'm gonna say, hey, don't talk to me like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's not. You know what I'm saying?
And even that in and of itself is a whole different sentence that has a whole different meaning.
Yeah.
Like you saying watch your mouth versus we don't talk to each other like that.
Yeah.
Two very different things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
One escalates.
Right.
And one is an attempt to de-escalate.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I really like to try to bring in some type of like that's not how we talk to each other. And it's like, why would you say something like that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like what hurt is okaying these words from you? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes like when we hurt, we start okaying words. We start letting things go, letting things slip.
Yeah.
That we normally wouldn't. But it's like that hurt. It's like that dam that's holding things. Then when you get hurt, it just lets everything through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so now that we have established that men have feelings, okay,
very much so.
That is a fact, and that is very much a real thing. Men have feelings. My next question is, why do you think it's so hard for men to express those feelings? Like why do you think that it's so tough? Because the narrative is we don't have feelings, and if the narrative is we don't have feelings, is that coming from the fact that men don't express them? Or like why do you think it's so hard for men to express their feelings?
Well, I can obviously I'm not speaking for all men, but just from my own personal experience.
Yes.
And I feel like maybe a lot of men can feel this. I literally didn't know how to.
Okay.
Men, even when we're boys, we're not taught how to express our feelings. You know what I'm saying? Usually it's like we get hurt, we cry. What you crying for?
Yeah.
Boys don't cry. You know what I'm saying? So it again, we're not taught how to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're not taught how to express ourselves when we feel happy. You know what I'm saying? We're not taught how to express ourselves when we feel sad. We're not taught how to express and I feel like with women, they're, I would say generally speaking, they're taught how to, and then I think it's just kind of innate in them.
Yeah.
To a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? As for, like I said, boys, men, we literally don't know how to. Like I said, when I went to therapy like the first time, and my therapist was like, how do you feel? What did we say? I'm cool. Cool is not a feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Good. I'm
like,
good.
yeah, I'm good. Good is not a feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not?
No, it's not. Good is not a feeling.
I feel good.
No.
It's not a feeling, though. Yeah, I feel like good is kind of like
I'm cool.
It's a I feel like good is kind of like a secondary feeling, like anger. You know what I'm saying? So, like for instance, when she asked me that, how I actually felt was nervous. You know what I'm saying?
But that wasn't a cool thing to say.
Well, it wasn't like me saying I'm good wasn't.
So it
wasn't like how I felt.
So
It's
like,
just like it's
so
learned.
So let me ask you this: why didn't you say, "I'm nervous"?
because
fear.
he know how to express his emotions.
Yeah, and then it was fear. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
the fear is what if I say I'm feeling nervous? What are you gonna think about me?
There we go. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of men kind of go through that. Like if I tell you I'm feeling something contrary to what I feel like men should actually feel, then you may think something different of me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because my thing is, it has always been, I want to come across as if I'm not bothered.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What you said didn't bother me. How you treated me didn't bother me. All this thing does not. I'm good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When the truth is,
You're not good.
what you said bothered me.
Yeah.
How you treating me is bothering me.
Right.
But I don't know how to say that.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if I say that, then what?
Mm-hmm. Then I'm gonna have to talk about it.
Will you look at me? Because I feel like will you look at me as now, oh, he's being too emotional?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, that's real.
Is he being because no woman wants a overly sensitive man.
Mm-hmm.
So then it's like, what's considered sensitive enough for you?
Yeah.
But when does it become oversensitive?
Yeah.
How am I supposed to gauge this?
Right. Yeah.
And I think that's important because we don't want to come across overly sensitive. But then, and I just go for at a personal thing, is that I can kind of be the extreme with one. So I used to show a lot of the anger part of it,
Mm-hmm.
and then when I stop doing the anger part, it turns into like the emotional side.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I do the emotional side, I'm not so used to that, and so it gets kind of embarrassing.
Yeah.
And it kind of brings me to thoughts of my childhood and all these other things of working in between when I'm being emotional.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But when I'm angry, I feel like I'm right at home. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like I don't
Feel
have
comfortable.
I don't have all this other thoughts going in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So for me to get to that vulnerable state
Mm-hmm.
and that being emotions, it's like it's hard to kind of reel that in sometimes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because it's just like, I'm showing it here, but there still needs to be some type of regulation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even like when you upset, when you mad, like there needs to be some type of regulation because there's nothing wrong with being angry.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But there are times when we like when we're dealing with other people, that anger has a real big chance of getting into a way of resolving things
Mm-hmm.
in a productive way.
And for me, like, anger has always, in a sense, felt like protection.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, okay, you just hit me in a low spot.
Mm-hmm.
You just hit me where it hurts, or you just said something I ain't cool with. I'm hurt, I'm sad, or that really hurt my feelings, or whatever that case may be.
Mm-hmm.
So now, for me to protect how I'm feeling, I have to respond in anger.
Mm-hmm.
Because now I'm in protection mode.
Right.
Yeah.
So I really just feel like B said, like, we're not taught to show it, but I really feel like what happens with a lot of men is when they do feel, in a sense, like I'm in a place where I'm with a person now that I can show it, and then you show it and it's not received the right way, you go right back to day one of, this is why I don't show it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's important because I think it's important to note that with a lot of men that is, we have a lot of, and I hate to generalize it, but I want to say this, y'all object this, let me know, but I feel like men have a lot of trauma behind being showing their feelings.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And so when they are showing and sharing their feelings, it's just because it's different from, maybe when women share their feelings, because they've lived their whole lives in I would say not all women, but like it's been okay. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you see a girl crying, oh, what's wrong?
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like their feelings have been been like kind of cultivated.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like their whole lives.
Mm-hmm.
And so like with men, they have been told what a man looks like, and it looks like this.
Mm-hmm.
He's not crying, he doesn't show emotions, he do this, blah, blah, blah. And so when they do show their emotions, it takes a lot bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And so when it takes more, that has to be looked like, I feel like that needs to be looked at and valued and appreciated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because when it's not, I think that's when we can veer into men don't have emotions
Mm-hmm.
because they have turned it off.
Yeah.
So like, we asked a question on Facebook, like, do you feel men are good at expressing their emotions? A lot of women just came out and were like, no, not at all.
Mm-hmm.
But one lady, she posted this, and I want to read this and see what y'all think. I ain't finding out the more a man trusts you, the more he opens up. Some men have pain and trauma that they keep hiding. When they're in a safe place, they express themselves more and they talk more.
I'll roll with that. Yeah. I'm definitely rolling with that.
Yeah.
What does it take? So let me
can
follow
say
that
that.
with a question.
I can feel that.
What does it take, if y'all have experience, to make you feel safe enough? What does that look like? So if we got, like, of course, women watch our podcast, and they may ask, like, well, what does it take for a man to express his emotions to a woman?
Mm-hmm.
What does that safe space look like? How do you feel like that safe space is created? Not just created, cultivated.
I think, honestly, the same way a man cultivates it for his woman.
Okay.
That is by validating feelings.
How do you validate feelings?
I would say your girl expressing how she feels towards you, or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
I think the way to validate someone's feelings is to empathize. You know what I'm saying? Even if you may not agree. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, at the end of the day, it's like you don't have to agree or disagree with how somebody feels. It's how they feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's fine. You can feel however you want to feel. And I think, a lot of times with men, when that conversation is kind of happening, we want to defend ourselves. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, okay, well, this is not the time to defend. This is the time to listen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just one of those things, like I said, the same way, listen. You know what I'm saying? And really try to get what your man is saying. You know what I'm saying? Because that does create a safe space. You know what I'm saying? Like, not stepping on, your man's feelings, or coming off like nonchalant, how men can do women a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's one of those things, like I said, I think a lot of times as men, because we can be so nonchalant, it makes women feel like we lack empathy. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's one of the biggest things to, like, build trust, is to have empathy. And even though I may not understand how you feel, I can still empathize with how you feel.
And my thing is, what I had to learn about empathy is, because a lot of people, I think we consider, like, only way I can empathize with somebody is if I've been in that same situation.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not true.
Right.
Empathy doesn't say I've been through the same situation. Empathy says I can empathize with the emotion that you're feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So if you say, I'm frustrated because of this,
mm-hmm.
I may not understand the situation or been in the situation that makes you frustrated, but I do know what it feels like to be frustrated.
Exactly.
So I can empathize with the emotion that has been brought on from the situation. I don't need the situation to correlate.
Yeah.
But I can say, you know what? I understand what it feels like to be frustrated.
Right.
And I know when I'm frustrated that it can be overwhelming. I can really get irritated and be irritable when I'm frustrated. So I can understand your reactions to this as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think one thing with me is I'm learning that I need to outwardly show empathy with my facial expressions and my voice, because sometimes like when it's a art like I would say like when we're like talking about stuff and stuff is going and we at it and we're sharing stuff and we're going back and forth with things. Sometimes empathy, my outwardly show of empathy is lost, even though I feel it.
Yeah, I feel that definitely.
And so the person is not feeling like I'm being empathetic because they can't see it.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? They can't see it. So I feel it, and I'm trying to convince them that it's there.
Yeah.
But they don't see it, so it doesn't matter.
I've run into that.
You know what
quite
I'm saying?
often.
And so at the end of the flip, so say talk about what Rece was saying. It's like when men are sharing those emotions, I feel like it's important to ask questions before you assume a narrative. So for instance, when a man is sharing and you take what he's saying wrong and you go off of that thing he said wrong and that's what you go off of, then now the conversation he's having to have is defending himself from your wrong assumption about how he felt.
That's real.
And so,
or your misinterpretation,
or your misinterpretation, which then in turn has led you, the person he's talking to, led that person to feel a certain way, right? So now the guy is he has to deal with how you are feeling, but what you are feeling is a false feeling because you're taking on something that he never meant.
Right.
And so now that's a whole situation that has to be dealt with right there in real time.
And then his feelings aren't dealt with.
And then once that is dealt with, it's a lot of times there's not going back to what he originally meant and dealing with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so veer off from that. It's important to ask questions and to get understanding about what a person is saying.
Yeah, that's real.
And really, and like how we said before, it takes trust. It takes you saying, "Hey, this person is not saying this, and I trust that they're not saying this. They have my best interest in heart. They love me. They're not going this direction with it."
Right.
And I think that's what it really comes down to is, like, do you know your person?
Yeah.
Do you know your significant other? Do you know your parent? Do you know your friend? Whatever that relationship is, do you know that person? Do you know that man enough to say, you know what? I know my son.
Yeah.
I know my man. I know my husband.
Yeah.
I know my homie. To know that I'm taking it this way, but I know that they would never come to me like that. Or I know they would never intentionally do something to hurt me. So, because if you lead with that, I think sometimes it creates a space where you can bring your thing down and not try to be accusatory, like, because no, you know what? There's some things that I know about this person.
Right.
Yeah.
And when I know something about a person, I can go into it already giving the person the benefit of the doubt to really hear them out.
Yeah.
What do y'all feel like if your woman said, "How can I make this place?" It ain't got to necessarily be woman or anybody. How can I make this place feel safe for you to be totally vulnerable. What would be your response to that?
And my response would be our interactions, how we are with each other, how we are treating each other, how we are on a day to day, like the day to day basis, really sets a tone for intimacy. And if we are distant from each other, we're not really communicating and things like that, then sometimes that creates a distance. And with distance, it's hard to be intimate and have intimate conversations and to be vulnerable with each other when there is a disconnect there. And so, for instance, if and I'm not necessarily saying that it's something wrong. Like, for instance, let's just say that, hey, it's our busy days. We all have that one busy day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or like that
Several.
you know what I'm saying? So like you have to get up earlier this day and you have to do this extra stuff, and then when you get home you gotta go here. Like, so that busy day to where y'all may be in passing, it might be a text, hey, I got dinner, blah blah blah, little stuff like that. And so at the end of the night, that all that's happened, it's kind of hard to just sit there and be vulnerable and be that when there hasn't really been any connection throughout the day. So I would say how you connect throughout the day, how your connection is, that can really set the tone for intimacy and a person more willing to share. And it's not because they trust you now. No, they feel the closeness. They feel the intimacy, and they feel like they can be vulnerable with you. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I would say.
I agree with all that. I will also add too, I think what creates space for that, for it to feel what was the word you use?
Safe and vulnerable.
Safe. Grace. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think grace is huge when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of times stuff feels accusatory. You know what I'm saying? It just feels very accusatory. And it's one of them situations where it's just like, if I always feel accused of something, then I'm always going to feel like I have to defend myself from something, because it feels like you're always accusing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing is like, I can't sit here and continue to be accused and not defend myf.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, so
I can't do it.
Yeah, like, what do you expect me to do?
And that's one of my things. I cannot stand for a person to have a viewpoint of me that like talking about like how I am when I'm not like that.
Yeah,
and that's
exactly.
And that's my thing too, because it's like, that only matters to me if I care about you.
100%.
Yeah, like, if you don't know, if I don't feel like, if I don't care about you, I don't care what you think of me.
Yeah, I don't.
Like,
I care less.
Like, all right,
it is what
like,
it is.
cool.
All right,
we ain't gotta talk.
We ain't gotta talk. Nigga, skip you.
Yeah,
like, but if I care about you, I care what you think about me.
Yeah, because at the heart of it, it's my character.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I can't, because you're someone I care about, I can't have you thinking this of my character. Now
you're saying I'm capable of this.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, come on, like. You know
and the
what
thing
I'm saying?
is, it's like, okay, sure, I could be capable of something, but the probability of me being that is very different. Anybody's capable of something, but the probability of being that is a totally different conversation.
Yeah.
So I said all that to say, like, again, like, grace. Especially in a situation where we're talking about like men expressing their feelings and emotions. A lot of times men don't know how, and they need grace in expressing how they feel. So a man may not be very good at it.
Yeah.
But he wants to be better.
He wants to.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's just like, give grace in that area when you see, not just you not seeing, but when you see that this man is trying to be better in that area.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that grace just needs to be a thing, especially when you see this dude is trying.
Like, cause for me, it takes me a minute to get to the right thing and the right way of saying something.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
Yeah.
So normally I'm going the way I start in my response a lot of times, and this is a fault of mine that there's no excuse I have to work on.
Mm-hmm.
But the way I probably initially respond ain't the way I truly feel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So then why I'm talking it out and probably ain't said the best things. As I get through it, like, I'm going to get to the point where you're going to be like, okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But I'm like, sometimes I feel I need the grace to say, you know what, he's going to respond upset, or he's going to, like, my first initial response is probably going to be out of pride.
Mm-hmm.
like that.
It's fair.
Pride and ego.
Yeah.
Like, just being, and that's a lot of men. Because your first reaction is protect.
Mm-hmm.
Protect myself, protect my heart, fight back.
Mm-hmm.
But then as I talk through it, you know, I'm going to come around to a spot definitely because I'm processing while I'm talking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Some people shut down.
Yeah.
And then they shut down, they process, then they come and talk. And that's a very great way to be. Not shut down, but the process before you speak.
Mm-hmm.
For me, sometimes I process as I'm letting it go out.
Yeah.
And then I may say something up front, then like as I go through the conversation, like, oh, I probably shouldn't have said that up front.
Or think about it later, like,
let me clean this up because I didn't mean that way.
No, that's real.
And having the grace to be if I say, hey, you know what, I said that's not what I meant.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean is this.
Yeah.
And having the grace because, again, like, we're just trying to convey what we feel.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not going to always come out the way you think it, like the other person thinks it can come out. That's why it's so important to know your person.
Right.
Like, if you my mama, know I love you. If you my homie, know I love you. If you my bro, know I love you. If you my girl, know I love you. So the way that it may initially come out is just me trying to work through my thoughts and my feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But understand, even in the midst of how it comes out, and I ain't saying come out disrespectful.
Right.
Like somebody, like I ain't trying to cuss nobody out. Be like, hey, just give me grace.
Yeah,
right.
no,
Like, no,
real
I'm
talk.
not saying that.
No, you know, and I'm glad you said that because sometimes people can kind of think that's what you're meaning.
Yeah. Nah,
You know what I'm
we
saying?
ain't
It's like,
saying
no,
that.
I'm not saying, hey, let me call you B word, or let me say you dumb and your mama dumb, and then give me grace.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
like,
that's important.
that's foolishness.
Yeah.
But if I say something and it maybe just comes across sharp, maybe my tone is not even where it needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, allow me the grace to come back and say, hey, you know what? I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah.
You know, and I apologize. What I was trying to say was this. This is how I'm really feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And then not come back and say, well, no, this is how you felt. I'm like, no, this is not how I felt.
That drives me crazy. God, it drives me crazy.
Don't like that. And that's the thing. Like, don't tell me how I feel,
Bro,
Yeah.
that right there drives me insane.
Oh, my God.
Because now
It drives me insane.
Because
like-
now we're on the battlefield.
Yeah, because now you're trying to tell me
attacking
how
and
I
defending
feel,
right now.
and now I'm trying to explain to you, no, this is not how I feel, and now we're combative,
Yeah.
Bruh.
and I don't want to be combative. Like, I just want you to say, I want to be able to say, no, that's not how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what I was saying. If it came across that way, I apologize,
Right.
but here's what I meant.
Mm-hmm.
And for you to say, hey, you know what? Yeah, it came across that way.
Yeah.
And I didn't like the way you said that.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
It's fair.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But don't try to reiterate, no, that's what you meant.
Yeah.
Like, no.
No, I just told you that's not what I
Yeah,
meant.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you that's not what I meant. Like,
You know what I'm saying? So
that drives me nuts.
like it's so
It's the wildest thing.
like it's okay. Like
But then I want
you have to back off.
Yeah,
You have to back up off of it. If they say that's not what they meant, then give them the grace and understanding. Okay, that's not what you meant. Now you can tell me what you meant, and then we can talk about that. But to go off of a narrative of what you think they meant, and you're because you're not only is that what you like if that's what you think they meant by it. Sometimes people like to drive that in there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So
right.
yeah, like trying to get you to understand that that's what you really meant to you.
You be confused like that. Did
Hey,
I
yeah.
mean that?
I'm like,
I don't think
Hey,
I meant
facts.
that.
Like, no, wait a minute.
no, I didn't mean that. Like no, I'm sorry. That does not fit what I meant at all.
Hey, that's hilarious.
but what I'm saying is like I think it's very important. Like I said, you have to know your person, man, and you have to be trusting of your person
Yeah.
because it's just like, and listen, and just because you know your person, sometimes that trust is violated. But I'm a firm believer, man. It's calling that stuff out, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You have to talk about these violations and these things because if they go untalked about, they fester
Yeah.
and they hinder vulnerability because it's like, hey, this person violated my trust last time.
Right.
Why would I put myself in this position to be violated again? You know what I'm saying?
And sometimes like vulnerable spaces get killed. Like if a man shares with you something definitely in his past, whether it was traumatic or just something he went through, or even maybe like the way he used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like if he opens up and shares those things, but the moment y'all get into it, those things are thrown back at him.
Yeah.
Safe places and vulnerable places that you think that you're providing are now getting dwindled.
Yeah.
Because
That's
it's
what I'm
like
talking.
I can't share with you things.
You're shutting the like it's like you closing the blinds on that. Like for him being vulnerable with you again, it's like you're working against yourself.
100%.
Or if he comes with you and he's just talking about anything that happened in his day or something he's seen online or whatever, and you find a way to turn that against him and you want to bring up an issue.
Yeah.
It just shuts down space where it's just like, you know what, I ain't gonna talk to her about this no more. I ain't gonna have this conversation with him.
Conversation.
Yeah. 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Because now a person has to think like they was open and want to talk to you about everything, but now they got to think twice about what they want to bring to the table.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where's this if they calculate in their head, if I say this,
Yeah.
where would this take us?
Yeah.
Then you're like, yeah, you know what, ain't worth it. I'm not.
You know,
Yeah.
and I have had the conversation, you know, about like some stuff to share with me and some stuff you probably shouldn't share with me.
Sure.
That's a good conversation to have.
You know what I'm saying? And this is what I told my wife. I said sometimes you have to be careful what you share with me because once you activate me, you can't unactivate me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I gave her an example. I was like, if you were to tell me, hey, there's this guy on my job I feel like he's been kind of inappropriate with me, and he's kind of like trying to walk me to my car every day. You have activated me.
Now I'm showing up to the job.
So now you can't unactivate me.
Right.
You can't say, but it's fine. I'm going to deal with it.
No.
And so it's just like, now I'm activated,
Mm-hmm.
and now I will be next to your car.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? On an
real
ongoing
talk.
basis.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get my point across.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so I think it's a very important conversation to have about sharing things and about, you know what I'm saying, kind of what to expect from the other person. You have to know your person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On things to share and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But also you have to understand that people are, I don't know, it's like sometimes like we all have our things. And with men sometimes it's sharing feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And it can be very hard to share those feelings, but men do have feelings. And I would go ahead and say men want to share feelings with like in a vulnerable state with somebody they trust and love.
100%.
I would go on them to say that, but that space has to be cultivated.
Yeah.
And I would say vice versa.
100%.
Like, you know, women, they want to share, and they're good at, you know, most women are good at sharing feelings, but I would sometimes women are good at sharing feelings at a surface level, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Definitely. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so the emotional in their feelings, like, hey, it's here, but really this is being driven by this at the bottom of it. And sometimes we have, and the more we cultivate the space, we can get to that underneath that's driving everything.
Yeah.
Because we should be able to be in a relationship, man and woman, And if you're woman, man, like do you think? But and be totally emotionally naked and say, hey, here I am.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my flaws. Here's what I'm struggling with. Here's some of my trauma, my childhood trauma. This is something I dealt with. And sometimes it's going to rear its ugly head.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm going to respond in a way that probably wouldn't respond, and it's going to seem like it's you, but it's not you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not responsible for my triggers, but you can't help.
Yeah, you really can.
Yeah.
And it's vice versa, because again, you're trying to create and cultivate a atmosphere in a space that says, hey, this is me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I want to be me with you, and I want you to be you with me. And I don't want you to have to minimize yourself, and I don't want to have to minimize myself for us to flourish.
Yeah. No, that's real.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like let's embrace each other's flaws.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're built to help each other. And say, hey, you know what? This is your flaw, and let's work with it. How can I help with that?
Yeah.
Because that's essentially what we need from our relationship, is like we're here to help each other.
And I think, and this is just my philosophy, man. Like, I think that the thing, like when you're with somebody, the thing that y'all are arguing with, or that one thing that y'all keep going back to, is centered around why that person is in your life. And that person is there to help you in that area.
Mm-hmm.
And you may be, hey, this person, they don't never do this, but you're good at that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like that could be why you're like that could, like you can add to their life with this.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying, hey, you gotta organize this everything for the person, but they may just be disorganized.
Yeah.
They may need, like, hey man, this is what I use, this is what I do. You know what I'm saying? But if we let those things keep breaking us, then we're never going to get to the point to where we can really flourish in helping each other, as I feel like we were designed to do.
And then I just want to say this, like, ladies, it's not all on y'all. Like, men, we have to take some accountability.
Hell yeah.
Like, we have to do better at expressing ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We have to do better at opening up. We have to do better with dealing with some of that childhood mess that has taught us not to open up. Because it ain't fair to our friendships, our mothers, our relationships, to be a closed down person.
Right.
It ain't fair to make someone else pay for something somebody else did to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, so don't carry the extra stuff into another relationship. Like, well, this person did this, so you can share what that may be the reason why you struggle with it, but that's not a reason for us to stay there.
No, real talk.
Like, we got to take the risk.
Yeah.
Take the risk of sharing our emotion. Take the risk of being vulnerable. Take the risk of saying this is how you feel, and hopefully you're in a place that cultivates that and say that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And show us as men, but women, I don't want the women to feel like it's all on them to make us show our emotions. No, we got to hold some accountability and simply say we got to do better too, as men.
That's real talk.
Changing the narrative of we don't have emotions, or we don't know how to share emotions.
Right.
Because we can and we should.
Yeah.
If we want relationships to flourish and take the deeper level, we have to be first in tune with our own emotions and honest with ourselves about how we really feel.
Right.
And take the risk of sharing that with somebody. And it's probably going to be beneficial. Like, the fear of it is probably more anxiety, and it's lying to us than the truth.
No, real talk. I think a lot of men aren't self-aware, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think a lot of men aren't self-aware.
That's fair.
Like for me, once I learned how to share, like, how I feel and all that, which was already there anyway, I just had to learn how to express it.
Yeah.
I was just like, look, I can be sensitive, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Period. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is.
I wear my heart on my sleeve.
Yeah, like it doesn't make me any less a man.
Yeah, it doesn't.
But what it does make me is a very self-aware man and a more well-rounded man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think at the end of the day, like that's what we that's what we need to be. I mean, you always hear, people say like women aren't a monolith. I would say men aren't either. But I think, unfortunately, men have made themselves seem like they are. Like the only emotion that we know how to express is anger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. But it's just kind of like, hey, like I said, for me, I've accepted. I can be sensitive sometimes, and I'm okay with that.
And
period.
And I think that's good. And that's going off for research previously. It's about cultivating spaces, vulnerable and intimate spaces. And those vulnerable and intimate spaces is for everyone involved.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you're not just creating a space for you. Like, you're creating a space for y'all to have a conversation and to actually get to a point to where you can hear the other person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you've been listening, yeah, but do you really hear their heart behind it?
Right.
And do you hear what they're like do you sometimes you have to listen to what's behind the words. You know what I'm saying? And because everything's not gonna come out. Hey, Rece may come out a little blunt the first time. But if you hold that against them, then you're never going to be able to get vulnerable.
Can I add to that too?
Go for it.
Because I had to talk to my girl about this.
Yeah.
When you say hear what's behind the words. We've had that conversation.
Yeah.
And I had to tell her, because she's one of those kind of people.
Yeah.
She tries to hear what's behind it, which is cool. But I told her also, don't assume what I'm saying behind the words, though.
That's not.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's if not
you
at all.
Ask. If you think you're hearing something, ask me. And don't assume that I'm saying something that I'm not really saying. Yeah. Because you could, like I told her, I said, you could be saying in your head or thinking in your head, because she said to me before, she listens to what I'm not saying. And I had to tell her, sometimes I'm saying what I'm saying.
Yeah, and
that's it. You know what I'm saying?
And what I'm saying is totally like what I'm saying something like this. Let's just say like you coming to me and you're talking about the trash being overfilled. And you're talking about this, right? He's like the trash being overfilled. And that's a big thing with us.
Yeah.
Like with this trash and stuff like that. You come to me and it's a big issue with it, and then you're like, and you're saying, hey, it just really bothers me that you would do that. Why would you do this? Blah blah blah, right? Then I have to and so my thinking has to be, we need to go deeper on this. Like, what are you really saying about this? Like where's this coming from?
Again, you're asking the question.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, but I have to look past what she's saying and understand that there's more there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not about the trash.
Yeah.
How does this trash being overfilled make you feel?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like what is this triggering?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying like you have to take people's words for word.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, but like there are some things that people are saying that they're not, we're not just automatically vulnerable. We're not going to just automatically say, hey, this is some childhood trauma stuff.
And sometimes people don't even know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they don't know.
And here's the thing too, is like oftentimes people speak from trauma spaces and triggers. But people also hear from trauma spaces and triggers.
100.
And I don't think we address that enough. It's like, oftentimes we speaking from our hurt, we speaking from our trauma, we speaking from our triggers, but the person that's receiving is receiving from their traumas, they're receiving from their triggers, they're receiving from their hurts. So oftentimes what you're hearing is bouncing off of all of that too.
Yeah. No, that's real.
So when you respond off what you hear, you're not necessarily always responding to what the person said. You're responding from a place of trauma, hurt, and pain
100%.
That has went unaddressed.
Yeah. Ain't got nothing to do
and
with
you don't even understand that that's your response is not really to what the person said. Your response is because now what they said has hit your trauma, triggering pain.
Yeah.
So that's why it's so good to be able to learn yourself. And if you don't know yourself, take some time with yourself.
Right.
Go to therapy.
Yeah.
To help somebody so somebody can help unlock it, because sometimes it's just needed.
Yeah.
To help somebody else unlock that stuff. Because that whole, this is just who I am, this is the way I always been, I just act like this, is false. There's a reason you act like this. There's a reason we respond like this. There's a reason we are triggered by this. And sometimes you need a little extra help to help you unlock that.
And sometimes you just mean.
Yeah.
Quit being mean.
You are.
You know what I mean? Like you a mean, angry person.
You are a product
for a reason.
You are a product of your life.
You find it out.
You are a product of your life, and everything that you went through, you've lived through, you experienced, has led you to be the person you are.
Mm-hmm.
And not all those things have been happy things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
right.
you are the sum of your life,
mm-hmm.
and it's important to know that those things that's happened throughout your life, they play a factor.
100.
Trauma does not have a certain look, and it doesn't act a certain way.
Right.
Two people in the same household that had the same traumatic event, those two people can handle that traumatic event totally different.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It doesn't, like trauma, it just doesn't look the same, you know, but it's still there.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it looks the same, but it's still there. So we have to be aware of that. And that's why we say we go back to cultivating these spaces, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like showing intimacy, man, being vulnerable with someone. And your vulnerability can help another person be vulnerable.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what
That's
I'm saying?
real.
Like you being vulnerable can help somebody else.
That's real.
So
emotions make you cry.
Hey man, this was good, man.
Good stuff, man. Clap it up for you guys.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Getting
Getting vulnerable on the podcast. These last three been kind of, you know what I mean? Yeah. Oh,
Hey,
been
man,
doing a little something.
They've been
man.
needed though. You heard?
Yeah, I ain't mad at it.
But yeah,
like,
man.
share, subscribe.
Y'all
Like,
know the
share,
drill,
subscribe.
man. This is good stuff. Y'all better start sharing this shite.
What he said.
What he said.
Yeah.
And I believe it.
Was that
I stand
aggressive?
behind it.
Man.
Well, I stand behind it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh,
I stand behind it. So.
we out.
Deuces.
Holla at us.
Holla. Until next time.
Oh, what was that?